Yeah, he does. Let's be careful though. If he does get cursed next to the TA, the Kraken Shell, of course, is not going to protect him against that Winter Wyvern curse. So they do have ways of bringing Tide down, but the team fight looks pretty damn good with the Tide Phoenix combination. And Mirana, they don't really have a good pairing for him, as of now at least. They could maybe pick something like a Sand King. Mars is already banned out, of course, in Axe, which are pretty good with Mirana. DK also gone. What else is it that Mirana likes as a partner? Maybe like CK, something they like, but that's not great against Tide Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think whether or not Elephant might try and go for something that's a little bit more of a Tide counter in lane. You know, we've seen Eurus play quite a lot of this Leshrac in the safe lane, so maybe that's going to be their safe laner up against the Tide, or maybe they want to change it up and they send that onto Somnus and they give themselves something like a, you know, a hero we haven't seen in a long time, maybe the Monkey King, or even a little bit of Ursa sprinkled in there here for Elephant. I guess it's kind of one of those situations where they're not really having that much reserve time left, so they kind of got to make the decision now whether or not they want to get their offlaner or their carry. And it's going to be with the Terrorblade here for Elephant.
Okay, now that's a very scary lineup.
Still blue as well.
They don't have the best TB answer at all. Like, TA is terrible against TB. What can you pick in the safe lane that is really good against TB? There's not a whole lot of heroes that tick those boxes. And a little bit of trouble. That's usually why we see TB being banned when TA is picked, simply because it puts you in that position where most of the safe laners that are good against TB aren't great with TA. Like, you can maybe still pick the Phantom Lancer, but TA and Phantom Lancer together is like, very greedy.
Black, do we potentially see Fade pick up this Phoenix and they go like Elder Titan for EHOME in the 5?
What about Elder Titan 3 and Tide 5?
I'm always down for that. Ooh.
They do go for the morphing.
Okay.
Like, Morph and PL are good against TB, but just as we said, it's very greedy together with the TA. Like, this lineup again, just like last game, it's very greedy. And Elephant managed to punish it early on, then they fumbled a little bit of their team fighting. But Elephant did a good job last game. So EHOME should not be super confident in, you know, winning the early game, because last game they didn't.
And one of those mixed damage cores as well coming out here from EHOME, so I like that little bit of extra for them. Do have to be careful though, you know, obviously it might be a slim chance, but you know, an arrow from Fog into the Leshrac burst damage can deal with a Morphling full agi, so fingers crossed Sila's got his hands hot and ready for that one. But I'm interested to see what EHOME want to go for here. I would love to see an Elder Titan come out from them. I think it really amps up quite a lot of the damage that they're doing. They've got a lot of mixed damage, got a lot of physical damage as well. Really will be able to take down the TB. And I mean, that just sets them up for so much team fight as well, right? Like having an Elder Titan, Tide Hunter, as well as the Phoenix in your back pocket.
Yeah, 100%, man. Hear me out. Nobody does it, but this is such a good last pick Enigma game for Elephant. Like, they have nothing against it. But they're not going to do it, of course.
That blue
so let's focus on what they are going to do.
Yep.
Against Morphling, it's tough. A lot of offlaners aren't good against Morphling, and they ban out Sand King and Broodmother. Most offlaners, to be honest, are also just banned, so there's not a whole lot of choice you have.
Radiant team pick.
Hoodwink's still in there.
I'm surprised I didn't ban that, to be honest.
Yeah, Dark Willow I thought was... I was thinking Hoodwink in my mind. I'm like, that seems like the simple ban, right? It played so well the last game, and it really can output quite a bit here, make your life really difficult, and now they go Legion. Okay.
Yeah. Cookie Cutter. I would have loved Enigma, honestly. Like, Enigma put such a timer on them, they're just done. Like, in 25 minutes, this game is over if they don't win. Which, you know, I love to see, but everyone doesn't like Enigma anymore. Idle on cooldown. Whatever. Legion Commander. Do it.
Yeah,
it's a good pick.
I would have loved to have seen something like a Pangolier come out from Elephant. I thought that would have been really nice for them. Give them a little bit of extra team fight. Has that kind of okay lane against the Morphling as well, being able to have that lucky shot. But you know, Legion Commander gives them that single target lockdown, so they have ways of taking down this TA as well as the Morphling. But I still am quite scared for Elephant coming into this, especially in these team fights. If there's, a good Ravage on 2 or 3 heroes with a Phoenix Egg on top, Fade just playing Hoodwink like he was last game feels pretty scary. So I guess we'll start with you, Bkop. How are we thinking about this game number 2?
I was going through that in my head. I'm trying to really still figure that one out. I like EHOME's lineup. I think going and giving TA to XM again is asking for a little bit of trouble, but they did counter it quite well. I like Yang on this Legion a lot. I think the only thing that in my eyes is a little bit questionable is FY on that Mirana and what he's going to be able to accomplish with this hero. I think I still am leaning 55-45 Elephant, just because I think this time Elephant are going to do really well at shutting down XM. But I say that this is his best hero, and that's why they keep giving it to him. So I'll go Elephant, a slight lean, but I think EHOME can certainly get this done.
But TB just doesn't lose, right? Like, whenever we see TB, he just wins every time. So until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to go with the TB.
All right, it looks like Black is leading the way of the Terrorblade, and it looks like both my analysts here are going to go with Elephant. I'm super excited to get into this one. I really hope for a game number 3, so let's see if Elephant can pull this one back. Lads, let's get into game number 2 here between Elephant and EHOME.
Arigatou gozaimasu. We'll be taking it from here. All right, Bkop, you can go. I got this.
I can. You got this solo cast. All right.
Nah, just kidding. I need you.
No. You already said it. It's
I need
okay.
your love.
Do. How deep is your love? Yeah.
All the good classic bangers. But then when was the last time we saw Terrorblade lose? Last year?
When was the last time we saw XM lose on the TA?
Well, we're gonna see it right now.
On every game so far.
Terrorblade.
FY already looking to deny his ward.
What is up with the? Oh!
He got
it. X-Nova got played, man.
Now he's trying to deny his own observer ward. Oh, this that's a win. That's 100 gold there for Super.
Yep. 100 gold win, easy. Game's practically over.
This FY Mirana is like,
It's questionable.
you've got the what, really expensive bunny mount. You've got the 2 immortal items on him.
The battle begins.
He's got a lot of cosmetics, but does he have more chalice? Is he gonna pop metamorphosis? Could be a kill here if he does.
Eurus body blocking him. Now Chalice going the other way. You won't let me go that way. I'll go the other way. But they're looking for the first blood, and he'll get it on FY. Eurus took reflection, and
Yeah, you always do.
doesn't end up getting the kill with that.
It's super good in lane.
We've seen some TBs go first into that meta, but that's usually when the lane's harder, right? And you're just trying to secure that early farm.
Yeah. If the lane is somewhat even, especially Winter Wyvern plus TB, like you get the reflection out, you hit both heroes with the Arctic Burn. It's a lot of Harris. But yeah, they don't have any real setup for Mirana. They have a Curse and a Duel, that's it. Maybe Lesh will build into the Yules, which will then be a setup for the Mirana as well. Super has to be careful.
Yeah, I wanted to get Arctic Burnout. Instead, he gets hit with an Anchor Smash and an Acorn Shot.
Still actively burned them though. Ooh, started getting low. One random arrow could actually kill the Morphling, especially early on, so he has to play a little careful here.
We'll see what kind of lining FY wants to take in terms of trying to hit that arrow too.
Coming right now. Head. Didn't do a whole lot, because Phoenix has a very high health pool level 1. Oh, FY, you're pulling the range creep. Your offlane is gonna be mad.
Gang doing a good job. He's 8-2 already. This has been pretty much perfect from him to start this one off. And Chalice bottom. Let's see how he does on this Tide as he sits level 2 here with Fade on the Hoodwink, who throws the Bushwhack out on a Super. Acorn Shot bouncing on that range creep, so Super taking a lot of damage. Will block that camp so they can't pull towards it.
One.
Might lose his life for this though.
Just flying away. Good job by Super.
Yeah, really well
Rana's
done to know
protecting
that
the top
timing
water
and
rune.
stay there to block it.
Yeah. In his mid matchup, we've seen it a couple of times before. It's very even. Until level 6s, of course. Like, Leshrac has a big kill threat against the TA, and vice versa too. If you don't have a sentry wall to protect yourself against traps, it can get pretty hard for you. But TA can't really deny creeps in this matchup, because you got the lightning, you got the split earth. So it should just be both free farming pretty much until that level 6. Euros? Ooh, the bushwhack missed because he qualling bladed the tree. Well done by him.
Quick reflexes by yours to get that done too.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing.
Super.
How's his farm looking? Easy.
He's in trouble.
They have an acorn shot too. He has 9 stick charges though.
And now the reflection comes out, pops that stick. Wasn't able to
Big
block
wave
that
running
camp
through the
again
tower.
though.
Yeah, but maybe they can pull it themselves even, potentially.
If the wave pushed up so far, might look to do that, yeah.
Yeah, but it's,
And that's exactly what
it's not
Super's
a
gonna
good
go
wave
for.
right now. Because Eurus has 3 range melee creeps on him. Or Super
Bushwhack,
again.
acorn shot, Super with cold embrace.
Yeah. Does have a healing self as well. So it's gonna be A-okay.
Not popping
The
it
tower
just
taking a
yet. I
little
think
bit of
he's
damage.
trying to. He's trying to maybe hold it for Eurus as much as he can, and if Eurus doesn't need it, eventually he'll pop it himself. But he's got Cold Embrace up in 5, Arctic Burn on a Chalice. Chalice taking a significant amount of damage, but he's tied, and he's just gonna walk this one off. He doesn't have any HP regen for the moment.
You wanna know the secret of playing against Winter Wyvern? You
Yeah.
gotta stay at like half health. So Arctic Burn doesn't hurt.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
That's the secret right there. Because if you're healing self back to full, the next Arctic Burn is gonna bring you to half health again. It's a really strong spell.
That's why I like seeing those like off-lane Winter Wyverns. I love
Yeah, I'll
seeing a
admit.
strong Wyvern. I have not seen that really, but
Andra has done
hey,
it
if
a
the
little
team
bit
wants
in
to do
Europe.
it.
XM is very close to level 6. Euros, not that close.
Got a half level off of it. Sylar still sitting here pretty low. And FY will start to make his way towards the top lane if maybe he wants to land an arrow, but first he'll stack.
Chalice is taking a lot of right click damage.
Yeah, it's with Fade out of the lane too.
Under attack.
So Chalice is here by himself. He needs to be very careful about his positioning. Not that they really have lockdown here to get a kill on a Chalice and keep him close, but the Arctic Burn is a nuisance to deal with.
Yeah. Plus Splinter Blast is a lot of slow. And FY has just been sitting middle here for a good 1.5 minutes now. Just stacking up the Ancients. Airing some big creeps. But Elephant already off to a very good start. 1k gold ahead. Without really a lot of kills to their name. 1 kill, sure, but it's not a whole lot.
Yeah, first blood came like 8 minutes into the game in the last one.
Yep, now Stormless 6. Pushing out the mid lane to potentially secure the next rune. Where's it gonna be? RNG, let's go. It's tough.
Structures are fortified.
They're bringing 3 over, so FY will be here with the Winter Wyvern. They're going to try and make a play on this one, but Fade, he's also
dueled the
being
morph.
here.
It did nothing. Yeah, she almost died. Be a little careful there.
Arrow, not going to land anywhere.
It's eating though, the tower's gone.
Yeah, the tower might be gone. Sonus just has to be careful about losing his life because the bushwhack is out. Fade's right there with him, and he'll end up dead. That was an aggressive play, probably knowing that both supports are there.
trap.
And there's a trap, slow Sunray. Arrow
Arrow,
lands
no, nice.
onto the TA. But still, Splinter Blast not feeling like enough to get a kill, but it will be enough to stay alive.
It's a very early mid tower though. It's exactly what Elephant is looking for. Maybe Lash will rotate to the Morphlings lane soon. Or just prioritize his own game, because sometimes a trap you can fall into is if you get this mid tower really early, you just start running around and not farming anymore, and then you fall off without really wanting to. But we can already see the TA is struggling a lot more than he did in game 1.
And it's the first time anybody's really slowed down XM like this.
Well, that's what
Or
you
at
get
least
for
make him
first
feel
overall
uncomfortable.
drafting it, though. Very risky. I don't think I've seen a team do that. Usually it's, as I said, 4th pick overall. Like you have first pick, then they pick 2 and you pick 1, which is when it's the strongest. But they're really loving their TA. Maybe after this game, not so much anymore. We'll see.
We'll see if XM goes to something else. I'd like to see him on like an Ember Spirit or something like that. That's another one of those big heroes for him.
Yeah.
And Somnus going into the top lane, so he's trying to take a tower again. He already took the mid tier 1. He's trying to take the top tier 1. Yang potentially looking for a duel here, but when he spots Sylar, he second guesses that and just moves away from the Phoenix. And
Fade and Titan dipping top.
they'll have both Fade and Chalice coming into the lane.
They haven't
They're
spotted them
really
yet,
defending this tower.
They need to. It's super important. But Somnus forced TPs and then retreats back to the jungle. Well done by him. But of course, as it always is the case with the Mirana, there's just no big creep there. So Somnus is like, why you greedy shit? Farming my camps. Hate playing with Mirana, my team. Like every creep camp just has the little creeps left. Nice
Ooh.
D-ward.
Eurus, can he stack this? No.
Yeah, a little bit of a wrong angle. Usually you want to pull to the right.
And he didn't
Oh, that's
stack
a
it,
big
and it's
stack
actually a
nonetheless.
stack that's going to TB. I thought for a second that would go to Somnus, but his game's going well enough where I guess, you know, relegating that stack to Eurus feels really good as well.
Yeah, I mean TB just farms it pretty efficiently also with meta. He has to be careful though, taking a lot of damage from these ancients. And you don't want to let your illusions die. That slows you down a lot. XM, same item build. Don't fix what's not broken. Somnus now at the bot tower, which is running all around the map. Middle to top to bottom. Little world traveler. He went for... He's going for the Yule, so they will have a setup for the split earth as well as arrow. Yang!
Bushwhack, Acorn shot,
On.
Yang dead very quickly. All 5 heroes over mid.
He did not expect that at all.
Dire's
Who's
bottom tower is
getting
under
the
attack.
home? It's FY. Okay.
Yeah.
Super's
Super's
already
already
level
6
6.
actually.
Yeah, he was bottom taking solo XP, and then he came over towards mid taking solo XP as well. So he's moved around and he's
FY?
got what he's wanted.
Look at his farm, he's really farmed. He almost has a vessel at minute 11. Just 500 gold shy of it. Which... Where did all this net worth come from? You got the first blood.
Arrows on the big creeps, I guess.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Of course. Off cooldown too. Or arrow on the range creep in the lane. It's a classic too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
But constantly taking and constantly getting those creeps has put him up at 3K. He's only 800 gold behind this tide. Like, that's a great spot for him to be in.
Radiant's
And it's not a
Double
great
stack
spot
for
for Chalice to
Somnus.
be in.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
He'll take this.
Sometimes
Eurus will
makes it
take what he
cute.
wants from it, though.
Radiant's
Oh,
bottom
he's
tower
looking to
is
just
falling.
accelerate the game a little bit faster. Potentially we'll still go for the Deso first, just to be able to have the rush threat. That's sort of what we spoke about. It. Morphling is not farming as well as he could because TA is farming like the area he wants to farm in.
Yeah.
Dire's
And
middle
Morph
tower
is
under attack.
700 gold behind a TB. Obviously, TB had that massive stack. XM is towards the top, but it's not feeling nearly as strong for XM overall.
Yeah, I'd agree. He's also playing against some pretty hard counter matchups. Like Wyvern and Terrorblade is very tough to play into. Maybe Morph even has to go something like E-Blade Blink Dagger just to be able to kill the Wyvern for the TA. to be able to play properly. It's not an easy call though. Like, T8 is early, we said it many times. It's very risky, especially if you pick other greedy cores with it. And Tidehunter is
FY?
a decently greedy offlaner too. I should be fine.
Yeah, he just
Unless
leaked away.
Fate
He's fine.
Gets a bushwhack into sharpshooter combination. And Vessel is done. But we have seen it yesterday. The Invoker didn't have a Vessel charge for like 30 minutes. Well, hopefully that's not FY's fate here. Smoking up right away.
Yeah, but he's got the vessel and immediately into the smoke, whereas he picks up this vessel with a little bit of a lead.
Oof.
The smoke immediately gets broken though by Chalice. He's been in this jungle just continuing to disorient anything that's come his way.
Mm-hmm. It's only a 1k lead for Elephant, but Jealous. The damage
Winter's
first though.
Curse. They might go for the duel on the Hoodwink right after. That's a little bit dangerous considering there is the Ravage.
duel
But they
on
get the kill on the Hoodwink and they get the duel out onto the Tide instead. So they get 2 kills. That's well done there by Elephant. Supernova goes off, but it's well too late to save these 2 heroes on the side of EHOME. So looking at that fight, I think more so than anything, that looked like a team fight from Elephant.
Yeah, it was really well
coordination was
coordinated
there.
too.
Yeah,
First
and
into
that
the
is
arrow on the
something you
Hoodwink.
need.
Into
Yep.
the duel on the Tide. Perfect execution. And when you see these plays, this is like the sort of genius Elephant execution that we expect all the time, not just sometimes, you know. Hopefully they can keep it up. But my expectations have been, you know, I've been disappointed a lot. So I'm gonna try to keep them low. Don't do me like
Want
that,
the
Elephant.
best, but expect the worst.
Yeah. And if you see the best, you're like, yeah, good stuff. Terrorblade is scarily farmed though. Keeping up with the TA in
Radiant's middle
terms of net worth. This is not where TA wants to be at all.
And Iris is finding so much farm. He's already working on that Scotty. He's the guy at the Manta, and he hasn't really done much yet. Chow's taking a lot of damage. He needs to be careful. Yang coming over. He'll pop the salve as he tries to run. Trap down XM, maybe looking for the turn. The duel comes in. Melt
careful, he doesn't die, though.
but he's got himself the cold embrace. Sharpshooter, Witch's Curse, all the way onto the Tide, taking a lot of damage with the Sunray. Bushwhack and Yang, you've played yourself. That's the individualism that we were, or individuality that we were seeing. And Yang going for that duel when maybe he shouldn't have.
Radiant structures are
Yeah,
fortified.
pays the price. Terrorblade meta on cooldown, so he won't be joining the mid fight. Should be a pretty free tower. Arrow. Okay. Them wasn't caught sleeping, but doesn't matter. The Sunray is healing so much. The only reason why Tide survived all of that.
Yeah. And that's
He's
also
also
what
going
burnt
to
out
invest.
Yang pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's like the perfect dual counter. You heal your guy and you deal so much damage to Legion.
Playing Phoenix sometimes feels so great.
Yeah. Until you play against like BKB Ursa or Gyrocopter with BKB. You're like, eh.
I guess my egg's dead.
Guys, I got a really good. Oh, never mind.
Guys, I got egg down. I'm dead.
Guys, egg. Okay, I'm done. That's the best communication.
Somnus.
Help me protect my help. Help me protect my egg. Help me protect my egg. Oh, I'm dead.
You're dead before you even said help me protect my eggs twice.
No blink dagger,
X-Nova,
but
Yang going in. This
done.
time the duel is out onto the Phoenix. They'll get the kill on X-Nova. That is another duel victory, getting 20 damage. Looking for the blink dagger on this Legion commander. Not too far away from it.
Radiant structures
you're starting to hit the top tower. And they do have a glyph,
are fortified.
which they use, but Lash is also in the neighborhood. This is not an easy tower to hold at all. And still, no vessels. Just, oh, fade, fade, fade.
Oh, fade arrow, and he's dead. FY just kind of walking into the squirrel, and they're going to buy back. Ravage used
They're
on the
going all
top,
in
but this
terribly.
is still a really tough kill for them to get. He's got that Sunder. You need to make sure that you lock him up if you think you're going to get this kill. He'll use the reflection, and now the Bushwhack misses. Winter's Curse is placed down. That's onto the Tidehunter. Morphling coming from the side, but he's got the Sunder. So that puts Morphling in a really precarious position on whether or not Sauron wants to commit to this. Icarus dive forward, press the attack, Tide. Not really able to do anything without the Ravage, so that means TB's able to just TP out and move towards mid.
It was so forced. Like, everything about that was so forced. The buyback, the Ravage. Like, okay, you lose a Hoodwink, but you defended the tower-ish. Like, take it. You know, there's no need to...
Are scanning.
Like, if you can't make a fight happen, don't make a fight happen. Because after that, what's the follow-up?
Right.
Bushwhack? That's it? I mean, it's not gonna result in anything. Now the big team fight ult is on cooldown. XM is very close to his Desolator, but they don't have the Ravage now for the Roche fight that they could have potentially just taken if they did have the Ravage.
I think now with the Ravage down, it just gives such a significant amount of breathing room to this Elephant lineup.
Yeah, it might give TB enough time to purchase the Skadi. Only 2k
It
away
never
from
felt
it.
like he was gonna. It never felt like he was gonna die.
It was half
honestly.
health. He was just chilling.
And-
Morphing showed up, sunder him, and walk away.
Still felt like he was gonna survive. Like I didn't. Post Ravage too. I didn't think they had a way to kill him.
Yeah. The TB damage is very lacking. It's really only the Hoodwink that deals significant amount of magic damage. Now the Morphling finishes E-Blade though, so they will have some opportunities to potentially burst him. But once that Skadi is up, that is a whole different level of difficult. Especially with that Cold Embrace coming out too, healing so much potentially. 8 up there again. I wonder what it was for Fate too. He was there with like 50 health and FY just killed him.
Yeah, he was kind of walking back, maybe not expecting FY to be in the trees like that.
Yeah, potentially. But that's set up for this whole sequence of unfortunate events for EHOME.
E-Blade finished for the Morphling.
So this is a little bit of a grudge match, right? There's a lot of like previous LGD members fighting against each other. I mean, even Syla was an LGD for the longest time.
So yeah, you've got Chalice, you have FY,
X-Nova.
X-Nova.
They caught the Phoenix, Arrow as well. He's gone.
You have a lot of Vici on in this match as well, as Fade gets the kill on a super.
Alright, just support trade. Alright. Yeah, super overstaying is welcome a little bit there. And it's a free Roshan, perhaps? Super is very important for this lineup. Nah, it's already gone. They don't even know.
Yeah,
Ping
they
it
didn't
out
ping it
now.
out. They throw the arrow, but just well too late.
Who picked it up? XM did. I mean, he's very rich. I'm just very scared for his... Like, how much impact is he gonna have in those fights? We haven't really seen a team fight yet. So, it's kind of hard to judge. But if Terrorblade ever gets on his case with that Skadi, he is gonna feel very sad.
Somnus level 14. He's got the Yules. He's got Hood, Arcane Boots. Pretty decent game for him. We've seen a couple of Shrek games where the Lesh just really never gets the ball rolling.
Yeah, this time around he did decent in lane. Had some good rotations early game as well. And Mr. Butterfly is online. Oh, sorry, Mr. Skadi.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Next, I'm
Fine,
putting
Mirana
pressure
will
on the
pop.
top tier 2.
No one is
And we'll
showing.
use them in
And
my shadow.
I'm surprised they're not just hitting bot tower, to be honest. Or they're looking for the tide. A duel into meta could potentially kill him. Oh, he blinks out just in time. The elephant,
Are
not
you
sure what they want to do.
surprised- Yeah, are you surprised Yang didn't go for that Blink Dagger he had queued up?
Dire's bottom
I would definitely want to see him go blink before Blade Mail. I feel like Blade Mail is pretty
are fortified.
worthless this game. Like, blink makes so much more sense. Because you are one of the only initiation tools.
still a very close game. Only a 1K lead right now for Elephant. Hasn't really expanded much more than about 1 or 2,000.
Yeah, but you know my philosophy. Until I see a TB lose, I'm gonna go with TB every time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think Eurus has just had such a safe game and he feels very comfortable so far within this one. We haven't really seen EHOME put everything together just yet, but that's not saying they won't. It's more just saying when will they?
Yeah, and when they do, is it perhaps too late? Because the Terrorblade will be the ultimate carry in this game, and they're giving him a lot of room. Kind of reminds me of last game where Medusa was supposed to be the big guy, and they gave him all the free space as well. Like, EHOME doesn't strike me as a team that's very good at limiting the enemy's farm. Which is also why they keep picking these really greedy lineups, because they want to go into this mid-late game with potentially more cores. But, yeah. Let's see how that works out for them this time around. Morph had E-Blade, but he's still 0-0-0. For the longest time.
And Sour just farming.
Yeah. If you want to just farm, Manta Style is usually a little better. You can split push better.
I think maybe he felt
XM
the pressure
could be
of going into that E-Blade, right?
Yeah, because of
Potentially
TA
looking to
probably.
fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now XM has a BKB though, so that's good. But how much is gonna change this game? Okay, Elephant is actually looking to fight down there. Eurus in the trees. They see him
will
with the
set
trap
up.
though.
Dust used and XM
Radiant's bottom tower
will blink
gone.
away as TB denies the tower. I like that Yang switched off Blade Mail and went Blink Dagger.
Yeah, way better. Like, Blade Mail is not even that good this game. Refraction doesn't care about it. Tide doesn't care about it. No one cares about it. Maybe Morphling. But if you're careful as Morph, then you can just waveform and do your combo, and then you're immune to damage anyways. Counter smoke. XM presenting himself. Aegis expires in 40 seconds, so the fight has to start soon.
He's showing off mid. Ravage gets used though. They're gonna go the other way. They find themselves Somnus. Yang, he's in some trouble, taking some right clicks out from Fate as well as XM. They get the kill under the Hoodwink. They'll look for the Winter's Curse that lands out of the Tide Hunter. They get the egg out. X Nova, he was very close to getting the egg to pop, but Yang ends up dead. Sour gets the kill there. Eurus with a double kill, as is Sylar, and it ends up being a 3-4-2. It blew up Somnus very quickly into that fight.
Yeah, but Terrorblade completely untouched, just free to right click everything. And how many times have we seen Terrorblade just, you know, being too strong? Can't kill him, he outputs too much damage, and ultimately he will just carry you to that victory. Like, TB in this current meta is just disgustingly strong.
And I don't think
And I don't
anybody
mean
even
his-
went to try and
the
get him
Morpheus.
anyway. You know, like
No.
he just kind of was free to do whatever he wanted, and nobody wanted to mess with that at all.
Yep, which is a big problem, because the big core of EHOME does not feel comfortable fighting against TB at all. I think this is, I said it previously, TA's worst matchup in the game. Maybe CK or something is just as bad, or Phantom Lancer, but Terrorblade is the highest armor here in the game that also outranges you, that also slows you with Skadi. You just can't fight because he outdamages you. This is nothing you have going for you in that matchup.
Might be more of a TB is king in this game than Medusa was supposed to be king in the last game.
Yeah, I think it's a very similar concept. Like, Elephant definitely just wants to run these late game strats. And EHOME is very happy to just give it to them.
And they might have confidence in, you know, both XM and Sylar in these positions. Both XM and Sylar haven't died yet. They're farming a good rate, at least XM keeping up with the TB, and then you've got Morphling keeping up with the Leshrac, so it's comfortable there in terms of what farm you've got.
Yeah, it's just Terrorblade can make so much better use of all the money he's getting. Like, the power spikes for him are just stronger than the ones
Right.
for TA and Morphling this game. Also the Lincoln Sphere, I understand it against the duel and the curse potentially, but it doesn't help you fight the TB either. Like nobody's itemizing right now to deal with this TB. Like TB is not a hero that you can deal with by ignoring him. That's what I'm getting at basically.
Yeah.
Look at his health pool now. 3k, ton of damage. And he's not the only problem. Like you need to deal with Leshrac as well. And Winter Wyvern.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, by
is
far
under
not the only problem. Like, it's a problem they're just not keeping check on at all.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sada getting out as the smoke rotates on him. Well played. He does find the quiver though on his DA. It's gonna be a big damage boost.
Mindbreaker for TB.
Yep. Very good attack speed boost. He sees the Eagle Song on TA straight into a MKB for Terrorblade, just to counter that evasion. Make life hell for the TA.
And that's usually
Honestly, I
why
haven't
you
seen this matchup
don't
in a bit.
show that, right?
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah. Generally, you wouldn't want to show that if you go Butterfly. Like, you just want to do the whole purchase.
I'm really surprised that XM would, and I would say that's a bit of a mistake because you're showing, and now Eurus, who's farming very well, can preemptively be ready for that, having that MKB ready to go when you pick up that Butterfly.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have about 2 minutes or so after you finish the Butterfly where he doesn't have MKB. But after that, like, Terrorblade doesn't mind buying MKB. It's a good damage item on him. How's Morphling
Roche
looking?
back up.
Doesn't have anything queued up yet. Going for BKB. Pure defense. Lincoln Sphere and BKB. You know my philosophy on that item build.
Not like City.
Not like
You
City.
don't like it, City.
Dislike City.
Yeah, that probably was the better word there. Enchanted Quiver now for both teams, and both teams
gonna pick it
got
up
a
on
glimpse
the-
at knowing Roche is there.
Yeah, quiver on who? On the Radiant though. Legion has it in the backpack right now. They are under a trap. Like, this is the power of Tia. You gotta put a sentry there, and they do. Trap is gone. Okay. Now
But they know
EHOME,
they're going for this
is your
Roche.
time.
It's not the quickest. Yeah. This is gonna be pre-Butterfly. Lincoln from Chalice. Reflection used by Eurus. The 4-staff back. Chalice back onto the high ground.
They wanna
The
pop his
longer
A on
this fight
if they can.
deters, I want to say if this fight lasts long enough, maybe you get the Butterfly out, and that could be a big boost to this fight. And
Yeah,
there it
Butterfly
is.
out, but Roshan is dropping. Very fast.
Getting really low. They need to make a move here. Chalice. Oh, good job, FY. That's giving up his life for the greater good because he uses that Yules on Chalice to make sure that he can't blink and ravage.
Yep. They are just not decisive enough, EHOME. I think they also now know, oh god,
Radiant's
I
bottom
think this
tower
Terrorblade
is
might be
under
too big
attack.
of a problem for us. And they just don't want to
They
fight
were
into
very
it.
scared. Yeah, they looked
Yeah.
very hesitant on the move they wanted to make. And then when they made the move, it's FY who gives up his life, but makes the proper play in using up Chalice.
100%. Like, if he blinks in there, steals the Roshan or Aegis or something potentially, not as bad for them. Now this Terrorblade with the Aegis and MKB soon, he's just gonna go high ground and be like, well, what's up guys? What do you want to do about me?
Dire's middle
And
tower
you now also off that, like, that means you picked up Butterfly. You haven't fought with it, but you potentially had the chance to fight near that Roche. However, TB, they get this Roche, they get this gold. They're gonna have TB finishing off the MKB, ready for the next fight.
Yeah,
And that shard's also
XM even
massive
has-
for a Legion too.
yeah. If XM has no creeps to cleave, he has a hard time even killing those Terrorblade illusions at this point. It does not feel good. Morphling needs to get a damage item out ASAP. Like,
Yeah, 2
whether it's
defensive items in a
Daedalus
row.
or Daedalus is probably the best choice, but they have a severe lack of damage right now on the Dire side. Euros is very low on armor though. I mean, Somnus, sorry. So one melt strike could put him into the negative, and he could die almost instantly if he doesn't get cold embraced.
As he
Chalice,
did
and this might
we
pop
saw in
here.
the last fight.
And this pop. That's
There
big.
it is. Gives a good timing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
High go with this,
FY.
I think.
Ooh, they waveform away from FY. They're going to TP out. Arrow thrown into the wild. That doesn't hit on the fade.
XM is already on the high ground, but I think Elephant should feel confident enough to go high ground.
Radiant are scanning.
Chalice.
Dire's
No.
bottom tower
We
is
really
under
haven't felt Chalice do anything this game.
It's kind of the same as Syla and XM though. Like it's just EHOME that
Yeah.
hasn't really done a whole lot of anything.
They let TB get too big, and there's just no confidence in trying to take him out.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, which is very weird because you kind of knew what was coming, right? And now they're hitting high ground. What's your response? Your response surely can't be just avoid it and give up the Rex. But maybe it is. Syla is here.
So group up once again. They do take these towers quickly if they want to put Somnus into a position to use that Diabolic Edict to put the pressure
Roll
on.
fate. Okay. So close.
Reflection. Eurus popping the BKB. Knowing
Nope.
he's got that Aegis, doesn't want to
Shot.
pop the meta before he ends up dying the first time. And yeah, the press the attack with the magic immunity is quite great.
Don't get tricked.
Oh, I got tricked. I called it
You didn't
BKB.
get tricked.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower is under attack.
It's fine. They have Cold Embrace
Only-
and press the attack. It's
Only
like,
happens
almost
once.
impossible to kill this guy. They don't want to commit to high ground just yet though. I feel like as though they could just Link duel the Tidehunter. Well, no. Aeon this is back off cooldown and just kill him. And then if he buys back, you retreat. But you know, if you give them too much time and the Morphling gets like 4 or 5 slots, maybe they can deal with the Terrorblade.
I
Just you
wonder
gotta
if this
feel the
is now a
support
case-
cast is a lot better, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I wonder if this is now a case of elephant jitters, where they are looking to, like, they don't have the confidence, you know what I mean, to go up onto the high ground.
Potentially, because I really think they could have forced something there. Like, at least make the enemy waste some resources, you know. You kill a guy, he bites back, you go back. That's a good win. But you just poke, don't really get anything done. Aegis is gone. It's like, yeah, maybe we could have done more with that. Somnus. Somnus is really relying on the save of Super this game. Like, if they jump him with the TA Morphling, he is just dead. If Super
Right.
isn't, like, really fast.
Going towards top, looking to get the Phoenix here. But into the trees.
Ooh.
Arrow! Oh. That was close.
Aim was
Just not in
correct.
time. Yep, it was right on the money.
Now Skadi on Sylar. Like, he doesn't like damage. That's what I understand. BKB, Skadi, Lincoln Sphere. I mean, it's good items on Morph generally, because damage comes from stats. But like, he doesn't want to go too heavy into the right click, of course, because they have a Wyvern, they already have a TA. And maybe like a Swift Blink is just better to just jump the back line and kill this Wyvern for your TA, rather than
Right.
just going more heavy on the stats. Like, I feel like they're not identifying their winning condition here. Who's
I
gonna
will
jump
say, I
on the
think both
Wyvern?
teams are.
That's potentially also true. Like, Terrorblade is now pretty much full slotted. He has one more item to go.
They haven't exactly done anything with that.
Yeah, they're giving EHOME a lot of space to farm as well. 36 minutes, 16 kills. This has to be one of the least amount of kills we've seen in a long time.
Well, I don't know when the last kill was.
Was it a minute 20, I think? Around there? I don't quite remember. No,
A long
FY, the
time
Roche
ago.
pit there.
Right. Other than that, though.
Other than that, maybe a minute 20. Or earlier. Who knows? So... I'm just clicking around the Dire to see if there's any sort of game-breaking item coming out. But... like, they're amplifying their strengths more, but they're not taking care of their weaknesses, if that makes sense. Tide has a refresher orb now, so it's a double Ravage. Morph has a Skadi. Do they feel confident in fighting now? Or do they still want to wait?
Be looking towards the next Roche, as that's going to be quick. 25 seconds.
You gotta remember also,
Also-
TB does not have Saint Jasha, so all the stuns are full duration on him.
And I want to hint at also the net worth is there for Elephant. Like, yeah, it's a 5k lead, but it's a 20,000 experience lead for EHOME.
Yeah, it's because they're 5-manning a lot. And Terrorblade in general farms a lot of creeps without being an experienced
illusion.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that could be the difference.
I mean, Fade is massive when it comes to levels. Telescope drop. Okay. Moonlight Shadow versus Smoke. Tide has Refresher Blink, don't forget. FY is in a perfect position to break the smoke though. So well played.
Yeah, Chalice has a smoke broken.
Heroes is
And
going
they're gonna
first.
go the other way with the Arctic Burn. They've got the BKB as well as the Metamorphosis. They're going to look and focus their attention on the Fate. They've got this as a duel. They get the kill onto this Hoodwink.
It's a very early
Chalice, no
BKB by Euros.
Ravage.
If he gets double ravaged now, he's in trouble potentially.
They want to make that move. Roche is up. This is Aegis, Cheese, as well as Ag's Blessing. I feel like a few times that we get the Ag's Blessing in the third spot.
one.
Or in the third
This is a
Roche.
very tough fight now for Elephant though. Like, it's not easy.
They're going to buy back on the Hoodwink. They'll use that Ravage. The Amethyst has been popped on Chalice. There he goes to the Refresher, but doesn't immediately pop the Ravage. He gets the Minotaur Horn off. Gets himself a little bit of spell immunity to walk away, and they're back onto the high ground.
They were not on the same page at all there. Like, if you commit with the Ravage, you gotta commit with the other heroes as well. Because you wanna do double Ravage on the Terrorblade just to be able to kill him. But his teammates were nowhere near around. Arrow, Fade.
Arrow hits on a
Buyback, be
Fade.
careful.
They don't have meta for 90 seconds. Like, this is a lack of having that output now for TB. An opportunity for EHOME to potentially take advantage, and now you've got that spell immunity with the first the attack. The arrow comes in.
Go the
That's gonna
arrow
hit him in
next
the
him.
XM. And they're gonna go with the Ravage coming out, and the Winter's Curse is gonna come through from this Winter Wyvern. Might be enough with the Aeon being popped again on Chalice. Damage is not enough to get the kill on XM, who's also popped his own BKB with the Supernova coming out, and that's going to get the stun out on Somnus as well as Eurus, but Somnus being saved with the Cold Embrace. They have the duel out on the Chalice. They get the kill onto the Tide Hunter, and this is all without Metamorphosis. Sylar
Eurus
with
uses
forward
Titanic.
blade.
Eurus!
Eurus, he's in trouble, gets the Thunder off on an XM, and now they've got the stun. That lands arrow out on a Sylar. Oh dear, XM gets the killed off by Somnus, and Eurus killed off by Sylar with the arrow coming through. Fade bought back. He's dead. Somnus with another one. And look at this. Look how deep he is. Gets the stun. Lands it perfectly on X Nova. Full team wipe. Somnus playing hyper aggressive and making it all work out for him. They are going to go straight
they're
to
going for
your
the
force.
throne. They have buyback. TA does. Phoenix does. That's it though. It won't be a
There's the
deterrent
glyph.
at
That
all.
might be enough. Yeah, that might not be enough. And with that, the Metamorphosis is up in 12 seconds. They fought that entire fight without Metamorphosis, which is really impressive. And it looks like they're just going to take this game too.
Indecisiveness is what killed EHOME this game.
GG is called. Yeah, Elephant, it's not the biggest clash of a game, but really well done by Elephant to break that down and get to this point and win game number 2.
Yeah, it wasn't like maybe the most exciting game, but Elephant knew that if they're just farming, they're gonna win this game. And EHOME must have known the same thing, because Terrorblade in this game was going to be the strongest hero with farm, and they let it happen so easily. Like, I don't think Euros felt any pressure whatsoever. Not in the laning phase,
No, I
not
don't
in the
think
mid
so.
game, not in the late game. Did they even ever touch the Radiant Triangle? I don't think so, right? Not a single time.
No, they didn't really cross the river that much, and then that fight over mid, or like that false start over mid that they had when they tried to use that smoke in the Moonlight Shadow, was probably one of the few times that they did cross the river.
Yeah,
it really wasn't much from EHOME, and Elephant ultimately from start to finish felt comfortable in that game, as too much time I think was given to the TV. So they split so far 1-1. We're going to go to a game 3. We're going to break it down a little bit further when we come back. We'll take a quick break right now, so join us when we come back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.